Welcome to SATV News. This is Nuri Alamin with the headlines. Chief Advisor urges strengthened research for sustainable fishing, calls for river protection. Complete roadmap for national polls to be published this week, said EC Secretary. No increase in number of polling centers. Fair election not possible with Awami era cadres in administration, said Ruhul Kabir Rizvi. Awami League-backed cadres must be removed. Now in details. Chief Advisor Dr. Muhammad Yunus has called for increased research effort to ensure sustainable fish harvesting in the Bay of Bengal. He also emphasized the need for scientific surveys to guide proper fishing practices and preserve the country's aquatic resources. Speaking as a chief guest at the inaugural ceremony of National Fisheries Week 2025 held at China Friendship Conference Center in the capital, Dr. Yunus today said that while fishing is a vital natural resource, human negligence and environmental abuse are putting this research at serious risk. At the same time, Dr. Yunus criticized current practices such as the use of illegal fishing nets, river pollution through waste dumping, contamination of water bodies, and the application of banned pesticides in agriculture. He also called on citizens to protect rivers, warning that reckless pollution is contaminating water sources and putting public health at risk. Despite the vast potential of marine resources in the Bay of Bengal, he also noted that they remain underutilized. However, he welcomed the government's recent initiative to hold discussions with neighboring countries to address this matter. EC Senior Secretary Akhtar Ahmed today said that the Election Commission will finalize the draft action plan for the 30th national election and publish the complete roadmap this week. Speaking to reporter at the EC headquarters in the capital's Agargaon, he also said that hearing on the delimitation of 82 constituencies will begin on 24th August and continue for 4 consecutive days. Regarding the action plan, the senior secretary said the number of polling centers would not increase. Each polling center will serve 3,000 voters. In addition, where previously 500 voters cast ballot in a vote, now 600 voters will be able to vote, he also said. He further mentioned that letters have been sent to level field offices to verify the activities of 22 political parties that have applied for registration. A fair and impartial election cannot be ensured under the administration full of officials appointed during the Awami League's tenure, said BNP Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi. A free and fair election cannot be possible with the Awami era administration. Awami League-backed cadres must be removed from this administration. A neutral official should be appointed at the field level, he also said, referring to the BCS cadres appointed by the previous regime. He also made the remark today while talking to journalists after paying tribute at the grave of BNP founder and former President Zia Rahman at the capital's Sher-e-Bangla Nagar. He also said the people are not prepared for PR system, adding PR is not sustainable or suitable for Bangladesh, and the motive of those who advocate these are questionable. Speaking on the upcoming Dhaka University Central Students' Union election, the BNP leader said that ensuring representation of all views is essential for maintaining a healthy academic environment. 3 additional witnesses testified against Sheikh Hasina and 3 others, including former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal, on a 5th day of crime against humanity trial at the International Crime Tribunal 1. With us of this new testimony, the total number of witnesses has been increased and reached 12. Former Inspector General of Police Chaudhry Abdullah Al-Mamun, who is also an accused in the case, has confessed to his involvement and become a public witness as well. The prosecution was led by Chief Prosecutor Muhammad Tajul Islam, along with the prosecutor Mizanul Islam, Ghazi M.H. Tamim, Farooq Ahmed, Moinul Karim and Abdul Sattar Palwan, and the state-appointed lawyer Muhammad Amir Hussain interrogated the witnesses on behalf of Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal. On Monday, August 18, witnesses Rabiul, brother of deceased Imam Hussain Taim, Joshim and Julai fighter Inam presented their statement before the tribunal, which is chaired by Justice Muhammad Ghulam Murtaza Majumdar. The case involved multiple charges including murder and genocide filed against Sheikh Hasina and others as well. The government has temporarily suspended Harun al-Rashid, former chief of Dhaka Metropolitan Police, Detective Branch and 17 other police officials as they have been absent from duty without permission. The Public Security Division of the Ministry of Home Affairs issued the notification in this regard today. The list of suspected officials include 3 Deputy Inspector General, 6 additional DIG, 4 Superintendent of Police, 4 additional SP and 1 Assistant SP. It also stated that the police officers have been charged with the punishable offence of desertion as per Rule 3C of Government Servant Rules 2018 and are hereby suspended from service with effect from the date as the absent of duty as per Sub-Rule 1 of Rule 12. At least 5 people were killed and 3 others injured as a speeding pickup van hit a part-covered van in the city gate area under Agbusha Police Station of Chattogram district earlier today. Muhammad Alamgir Hussain, Deputy Assistant Director of Fire Service and Civil Defence in Agrabad, said the accident occurred when the pickup van carrying fishermen crashed into the covered van from behind around 4:55 am. The accident left from people dead on the spot and 4 others injured, he also said. On this information, a rescue team from Agrabad station rushed to the spot and sent the injured to Chattogram Medical College Hospital, where another succumbed to his injury, said the fire service official. Agbusha police informed that the fishermen boarding the pickup van were going to the Fozharat Sea Beach to net fish, but they failed to do so. Provide further details about the victims. Viewers, we're taking a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. You are watching SATV News. Now news from abroad. 5 Palestinians died due to malnutrition in the past 24 hours, including 2 children, said Gaza's health ministry, while Amnesty International revealed that Israel is carrying out a deliberate campaign of starvation in the Strip. Israel is intensifying attack on the Gaza largest city before plans to seize it with at least 17 Palestinians killed in Israeli attack across the strip since dawn on Monday, including 8 seeking aid. Meanwhile, Hamas has slammed Israel's plan to seize Gaza City and forcibly displace its population, calling Israeli promises to provide shelter and humanitarian aid the blatant deception. Israel's genocide on Gaza has been killed at least 61,827 people and wounded 1,55,275 since October 7, 2023. Meanwhile, hundreds of thousands of protesters in Israel on Sunday took to streets demanding an end to the genocide in Gaza and a deal to free captives held in the besieged enclave. Israeli police made dozens of arrests and used under-the-water cannon protesters who gathered Sunday for the nationwide demonstration, with organizers reporting nearly 500,000 people turning out to protest in Tel Aviv by nightfall, one of the largest and fiercest since the war and began nearly 2 years ago. Israeli schools, business and public transport have been shut down, with demonstrations held in a major site as part of the National Day of Action by the two groups, representing a number of families of captive and bereaved families. Restaurants and cafes also closed, while Israeli newspaper The Haaretz reported that dozens of Israeli artists, celebrities and athletes voiced support and joined the strike. Major unions including lawyers, doctors and business forum, as well as the Harvey University of Jerusalem, also confirmed their participation in this strike. 3 people were killed and 8 others wounded in a shooting at a crowded nightclub in the Brooklyn early Sunday morning, said New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Triss. Officers reopened and responded to multiple emergency calls at about 3:27 a.m., reporting gunfire inside test of the city lounge of 903 Franklin Avenue in the crowd-heist neighborhood. 3 men aged 27, 35 and one of the unknown age were pronounced dead at the scene. The other 8 victims were transported to local hospital with injuries described as non-life-threatening. Names of the victims were being withheld pending family notification. Texts say their preliminary investigation indicated a dispute inside the packed club led to the shooting involving multiple shooters. At least 36 shell casings from the multiple firearms were recovered, and the police also found a gun buried from Avenue and Eastern Parkway. Detectives are reviewing CCTV footage and searching for suspects, but no arrests have been made. Taiwan is an internal matter for China, Beijing's foreign ministry said no Monday in response to U.S. President Donald Trump saying that Chinese President Xi Jinping told him over a phone call that China will not invade the island while Trump is in office. Trump made the comment in an interview with Fox News on Friday ahead of the talks in Alaska with Russian President Vladimir Putin over Moscow, where with Ukraine. While asked about the Trump remark at the daily news briefing in the Beijing, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said that Taiwan is an inalienable part of the Chinese territory. Iran will continue talks with UN nuclear watchdog, and 2 sides will probably have another round of negotiations in the coming days, said the Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Ismail Debongi on Monday. The National Atomic Energy Agency inspectors have been unable to access the Iran nuclear site since Israel and US bombed them during a 12-day war in June. Despite IAEA Chief Rafael Grossi starting the inspection remained his top priority. Decisions have not been made on the next round of negotiation, but there will probably be another round in talks for the coming days. The Bogai said Tehran has accused the IAEA of effectively paving in the way of Israel-US attack will depart on May 31st, that led by the IAEA's 35-nation Board of Governors to declare Iran in breach of its non-proliferation obligations. U.S. President Donald Trump on Sunday asked the Ukraine President Vladimir Putin, Zelensky, to come to a negotiated settlement in the three-day half-of-the-old conflict with Russia. President Zelensky of Ukraine end the war with Russia almost immediately if he wants to do so, or he can continue fight, Trump said on his Truth, the social platform. Trump is leading on Zelensky to strike an agreement after the met Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska and emerged more aligned with Moscow on seeking a peace deal instead of a ceasefire first. Trump and Zelensky will meet later in the day today. It is expected that they will have a bilateral meeting prior to the European leader joining a larger conversation, according to a person briefed on the conversation. Meanwhile, a Russian strike on the southeastern Ukrainian city of Zaporizhia killed 3 people and wounded 27, the regional governor on Monday. Ivan Fedorov said on the telegram many of the wounded were critical condition after the Monday morning attack. In an earlier post, he also said the strike hit struck and the unspecified critical infrastructure. In the Zaporizhia shops near the bus stop were seen on fire. One eyewitness, a 21-year-old the Bezira employee, said that the minibus was damaged in the strike while standing at the top. A 59-year-old local resident, Olina, added that hurried to a strike that stuck on nearby. At least 7 people were killed after a landslide on India-administered Kashmir on Sunday, according to the local officials. Gushing the mudslide and flood water left house partially submerged and debris littering roads in the Jammu Divisional Commissioner Kumar said rescue apparatus was underway with some victims in need of medical attention being alerted for the area. On Friday, rescuers used shovels and earth mover to search for the survivor under the boulder and debris a day after flood triggered by heavy rain killed at least 60 people and left 200 others missing. Now sports. Arsenal kept Manchester United expensively assembled forward line at bay and scored again from a set piece to win 1-0 at Old Trafford in the marquee match in the opening round of English football's Premier League. Arsenal defender Ricardo Calafre nobled the close range in the 13 minutes on Sunday after United backup goalkeeper the Alte Banner flipped at the time for the ball from the corner whipped the Declan Rice. After finishing scored for the past 3 seasons, the pressure is on Arsenal boss the Mikel Arteta to deliver the club first league title since 2003 and 4. The Spaniard was left to defend to his reliable defense and goalkeeper David Raya to secure a huge 3 points as the visitor never fully got going as attacking force. United and meanwhile they fell to a loss at its too similar and familiar under Ruben Amorim following a woeful 15th place finish last season by the struggling giants of English football. Before ending, we'll go through the SATV News headlines again. Chief Advisor urges strengthen research for sustainable fishing, calls for river protection. Complete roadmap for national polls to be published this week, said EC Secretary. No increase in number of polling centers. Fair election not possible with Army-era cadres in administration, said Ruhul Kabir Rizvi. League-backed cadres must be removed. you are up to date with our top stories so far here on SATV. And to know the latest news, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with SATV.